Alright, so I brought my pan in and someone gave me this pan. It's cast iron. These things are not cheap to buy, and so I'm going to clean this up. We got to get all the rust off, as you guys saw the beginning. There was a lot of rust on it. I'm going to mostly focus on the inside of the pan, but I am going to try to get some of it off of the bottom as well, just for looks. So what I'm doing is I'm just sprinkling in some salt. It's preferred to use like a coarse salt, but I'm just using plain old table salt because that's what I had. And then you can use either a half a potato to scrub like this, and it will start to get all rusty colored once you start getting the rust off the pan. Or you can use just a plain piece of steel wool. Make sure it is not the kind that already has soap in it, because you do not want to put any soap on a cast iron pan, because it will soak into the pan itself and release the flavor into your food. So yeah, that's why, you know, a lot of people just give up on them once they get kind of tarnished looking and rusty, because it's kind of a bit of a upkeep with the pan to keep it nice, but it's well worth it, because once you've had a pan for a while, it's gonna like start to make your food taste more flavorful. I don't know really how to explain it, but yeah, so that's why these pans are valuable. Plus, you can cook them directly on a fire. So people that go camping, hiking, all that kind of stuff, these are valuable because, you know, you're not going to ruin your pan cooking it over the fire. And then you can actually bring it home and cook it on a regular stove too. So you can also use it on a grill. So yeah, that's why people like these pans. So we're going to just start scrubbing away. I've got the salt already sprinkled in, so I'm just going to start scrubbing, especially like in the groove, the edge of it, because, you know, it's got to, you know, that's where it's going to stick a lot. So you're going to have to get down in there and get it out of the groove. I'm also going to do like this part and the handle. And like I said, I am going to work on the bottom a little bit. So I will show you guys my progress in a moment. Okay, so I gave this guy a nice little rinse and rinsed all the salt out. It's looking pretty good. Can't really see too much of that orange rust, a little bit in the edge. But I've actually done the process of salting, scrubbing, and rinsing about 4 times now. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and dry the pan off. We're going to preheat the oven to like 250. Then I'm going to coat it in a layer of grease. You can use whatever you have. I mean, old school would say Crisco is the way to go. But I'm just going to use plain old vegetable oil because that's what I have. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you guys again what it looks like after that. Okay, so I took it out of the oven. This is what it looks like now. Oh, that's hot. In the light, you can see there's still a little bit of an orangish red tint to it. So there is some rust still on here. I think what I'm going to do is actually just let this sit tonight and then pick up some more coarse salt tomorrow and see if that does a little bit better job. Because like I said, there is a few more spots on there that have quite a bit of rust. So hold that thought and I'll be back. Okay, so I did go to the store. I got some coarse salt, and I repeated the process of putting the salt in with some water and scrubbing it with the steel wool. And then I dried it really well and put a bunch of oil on it to season it. And let me show you how it turned out. This is the pan now after all that process. You can't see any more of the rust. The finish on it is not perfect, but it's not going to be harmful. There's just variations in the coloring of them. And this is the salt I got. It doesn't matter what kind you use, just as long as it's not like the kind you put on your sidewalk, because that has different chemicals in it. But yeah, just a plain salt. You can grease the pan with whatever you want. I actually took the lazy way out and sprayed it with some olive oil. But you can also do like vegetable oil or Crisco, whatever you have on hand. So I'm pretty happy with the way this came out. I do have another pan that I got. And it is like a stew kind of pot, which I'm really excited about it because it has a lid. And you can like hang this up over your fire and make like a stew or a chili or something like that. Here's the lid. And the lid is really hefty. That loop there is where you pick it up. But it looks like the lid can almost be even used as its own pan. And then this you use to lift the lid off when it's hot. So anyway, I'm really excited about all this because these things are not cheap, like I said, and they're really heavy duty. They will last very long time. So I'm gonna do this one later, but anyway, that's just a little tidbit on showing you guys how to redo your cast iron pans. So good luck.